Someone's motioning something sexual to me over there. He was like this.
Most actresses
choose their words carefully. Emily Blunt picks the craziest ones and somehow makes them funnier than anyone else in Hollywood.
Shut the f*** up!
This is Emily Blunt, totally unfiltered.
What would you do?
I'd probably go for the balls, right?
Emily knows what she should not say, but she says
it
it anyway.
You like to touch the wood?
I love touching wood.
And you like to touch the wood 6 times?
Yeah, each. Every piece of wood I see.
How much wood do you say?
A lot.
Well, first of all, let me congratulate you on your wood-finding capabilities.
She brings the same
energy to every single interview. In one interview, she grills Matt Damon about how much he sweats.
How sweaty are you right now?
Pretty sweaty, but only in spots.
Ooh, which spots? Come on.
Under the arms.
Crotch?
Yeah, when you said it was hot, I suppose it's hot as my balls.
It's hot as my balls. When you sweat, where do you tend to sweat from?
Yet nobody brings
out Emily's mean and funny side quite
Johnson.
like Dwayne Johnson.
Welcome to the adventure of a lifetime.
No!
No, I didn't! Where are you going? Oh no.
What do you mean, no?
Oh no. Alright, enough production.
Anyway,
enough.
so,
No, listen. The company's doing great, okay? You're doing great.
But she gets even
more hilariously brutal with Dwayne in this next clip, when he keeps bragging about how many followers
he has.
Guys, I don't count. Just the most followed American in the world.
Listen, it's gross. It's gross. Move on. Next question. So
I don't know. God delivered. I signed for it.
This is your new favorite, and do you notice it never quite gets a laugh?
No.
Hosting does not stop there. Watch her get Dwayne to publicly offer to pay the tab for everyone for the whole.
Good news is everything's on DJ today. Every shot, every bit of French toast, every jungle mandarita, it's all on him for the whole day. Right, Tips? All on you. Say yes and yes, say yes.
Yes. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Emily has no problem making herself the butt of the joke. Just listen to her tell the story of the time she tried to stop a taxi.
And you went, taxi? And I went, yes! And you went, taxi! Is Simon English, Simon French?
Are your kids' friends impressed by what you do?
Not really.
No.
I mean, sometimes the parents try to sort of recruit them. And they're like, that's Mary Poppins. And I'm there in my sweatpants and the kids are like, it's not. Like, really not. I hope it's not.
Her honesty about herself goes really deep. Watch her describe her very first kiss and just how grossed out she was by it.
Now, I'd heard about the concept of French kissing, but I thought, well, that sounds weird. Like, why would that be pleasurable or nice? And it wasn't. It was not at all. And it was just, I was just like horrified by the whole thing. And I just remember surreptitiously sort of like wiping my mouth afterwards. You know, it was just horrible.
Ashley slipped you the tongue.
Oh, massively. Well, not slipped. That sounds kind of delicate.
First kiss clearly stuck with her. Watch her go off on people who have bad breath and the very direct fixes she suggests for them.
You should tell someone if they have bad breath.
You shouldn't say you have bad breath. You just hand them a little Listerine.
Give a piece of gum.
Just a tube of gum.
When a kid she was filming with asked her some truly wild questions on set, even Emily could not keep a straight face.
And then before I had this mammoth monologue, I remember like really fast-paced monologue. I was just trying to focus for a second. They were like, okay, rolling. And Joel would be like, Emily, what'd you get if you put the letter B in front of the word oobs? And I was like... And they were like, and action! And I was like...
Emily has a rare gift. She becomes the people in every single story she tells. Here are a few of her impressions that show just how good...
We had this amazing nurse who came in, and she looked at Hazel and she goes, damn, your baby is so cute. And I went, oh, really? She went, she is gorgeous. And I went, hey, Mabel, I think you say that to all the mothers. And she went, no, I don't. She said, when I know a baby ugly, I say, you had a baby. Went out for dinner at Chili's, I think. The girl who was serving me was enormous. You know, I think she got freebie meals at Chili's.
Nothing wrong with that.
And she comes up and she goes, did anyone ever tell you you look a lot like Emily Blunt? And I said, I have heard that, yes. And she went, are you Emily Blunt? And I went, yeah. And she went, what are y'all doing here? And then she was like, are y'all shooting a movie here? And I said, yeah, I'm shooting a film called Looper. And she went, Looper? And I went, yeah. And she went, y'all just made that up.
Are your kids getting your accent, or are they getting your husband's accent?
Well, Hazel had my accent for a really long time and would say things like water, which I was really proud of. And then the other day she goes, can I have some water? And I went, it's water. And she was like, no, it's water.
Nobody is safe from an Emily Blunt impression, not even Tom Cruise. Watch her jump right into an impression of him in the...
And he looked at me and he goes, it's a challenge.
The impression makes a lot more sense once you hear what happened on the set of Edge of Tomorrow, where Emily apparently came one bad choice away from actually killing Tom Cruise.
So I tear down this path, and Tom's being very quiet behind me, and suddenly I just hear him under his breath as I approach the right-hand turn. I hear him going, break, 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 break. break. Oh God, and break. Oh, and break the car. And I left it too late, and so drove us into a tree. And I almost killed Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, I can't believe this was even allowed to happen.
In my head, I was thinking, when I first heard him say break, in my head I went, oh, shut up, you know. As if I thought I knew more about stunt driving than Tom Cruise.
Even Ryan Gosling was not safe. At the 2024 Oscars, Emily stood right next to him and dropped the sharpest punchline of the whole night.
Oh. Hello, Emily.
Wow. Bit of a frosty hello.
Not at all. No, I'm just happy that we can finally put this Barbenheimer rivalry behind us.
And the way this award season's turned out wasn't that much of a rivalry, so just let it go!
It's true. You guys are doing very well. Congratulations.
Thanks.
But you know, I think I kind of figured out why they call it Barbenheimer and they didn't call it Op and Barbie.
Why?
Well, I think you guys are at the tail end of that because you were riding Barbie's coattails all summer.
All right, mister, I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding.
Robert Downey did not paint his abs on to get
This is insane, Emily. This has got to stop. We have to squash this.
Yet nothing shows Emily's zero filter better than the moment she went on Conan and decided, completely out of nowhere, to ask him a question that nobody could have ever been ready for.
I was saying, like, is it just unbelievably painful for a guy when you get kneed or punched in the balls or anything like that? And he was like, it's like unbelievable. Like, you can't compare it to getting punched in the boob. It doesn't compare. Because I was like, well, surely it's probably the same if I get punched in the tit or something. And he was like, not at all the same. And then he said something which I found very interesting, that he said, I think it would be more painful. I'm talking about this, and I want to ask you if this is true. More painful sometimes, like a tap on the ball might be as painful as a punch in the ball. Is this true?
I'm glad you asked.
What is Dwayne's signature wrestling move? Is it A, the man's shoulder? Is it B, the people's elbow? Or is it C, the gentleman's reach around?
Well,
it's the people's elbow.
No, it's got to be C. It's actually
It's
C.
not there, the people's elbow.
No, it's right in the crotch.
No, it's
That's
not.
where he lands it
No.
every time.
Hey, Jack, could you show us what the C looks like? What
Can you just show us the gentleman's reach
I don't know what it
around?
is. What is the gentleman's
Show us,
reach
Jack.
around?
Wow! Underneath? Through the legs.
Sometimes it is just the words she picks that leave everyone completely losing it.
Well, you were nervous about it because you had to be semi-naked or
Yes.
nearly naked with him.
Yeah, which is mortifying, obviously, having to do any of those scenes. But, I mean, it was distracting doing it with someone like Tom Hanks, who I've grown up watching, and all I could think of was, like, Splash and Big, and... Oh, no, I shouldn't say that.
You don't want to think of that.
Where post you guys?
STFU.
STFU.
Shut. We mustn't say it.
Very rude. BBC.
BBC, keep it fresh.
I think you told me that when your mom met Ryan, she was quite smitten
She
by
was
him.
she was like, look very nice in that white suit. I was like, all right.
It is weird, like how
I was like, you're at a 10 on the creep factor right now, okay?
What makes Emily so easy to relate to is that she is always the first one to admit her own flaws. Just listen to her openly say that she is a
Could have been Britney.
You could have been Britney. What happened? Why aren't you Britney?
Because I realized that I'm not good at dancing. I think
Who approached you and tried to get you involved?
I don't want to tell you too much because I feel like someone's going to find these songs that I recorded.
Oh, you have songs.
Do you want to know the name of one of them?
Yes, very much.
Ring It Up.
There's a song called Ring It Up.
It will never see the light of day.
Did you write the song?
No, I can't write.
Uh-huh.
And they said, I think you have a nice voice, and I think that you could be a pop star. I said, I can't dance. They said, don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
We'll teach you. It didn't work. I tried to learn. And then I was doing a play. My first job was with Judi Dench.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the dame.
Uh-huh.
And she said, oh, no, darling, you can't do both. You can't act and do that.
She talked you out of it.
She talked me out of it.
She was jealous?
She put the kibosh on it.
She is British herself, but that does not stop her from pointing out exactly how bad British people are at taking a compliment.
British people are notoriously terrible at taking compliments. Would you agree? Just like... So you guys, if you really like something, you say, I thought it was quite good. And to me, that is really rude, because in England you say, yeah, it was quite good, which means it was trash. Like it was, you hated it.
How does that translate as bad? It's
quite
good.
good.
Quite means not quite there?
It's quite good, you know.
So did you people come up to you when you first
People have said,
came
I
to America?
saw your movie, it was quite good. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, you don't have to tell me that, but like... Yeah.
Emily cannot take anything too seriously, not even becoming an American citizen. In 2015, she happened to be in the same courtroom as Matthew McConaughey, whose Brazilian wife was also being sworn.
I was doing the best I could not to stand next to McConaughey in that courtroom and go, all rise, all rise, all rise. So that's like all he was thinking about the whole time.
Getting sworn in with Matthew McConaughey looking on makes you like a double American.
Double American. And actually, as I was getting sworn in, I was like this, and I could see him in my peripheral going, like, as he's hearing the things I had to do, things like renouncing my queen.
Oh, you had to renounce your queen, yeah.
Which is horrible.
Yeah, I guess so.
Queen Elizabeth was just like...
How do you do it?
She makes fun of her own height just as easily. Watch her joke about how tiny she looks the moment she stands next to Dwayne Johnson.
I would walk next to him. People would take pictures of us kind of walking next to each other on set, and I looked like his child.
Oh, before I go, I was just wondering really quickly, since you're in a biopic, who would you want to play you in a biopic?
Bet you Stanley Tucci can play me well.
Yeah. My sister did the funniest joke last night. We went for sushi, and my sister said to him, she goes, it's kind of like my husband's in front of me, except it's like someone went...
just
blew him up. It was like...
What is even funnier is the way she copies the voice of heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk trying to bargain for cake on the set of The Smashing Machine.
We had to bribe him with cake. He was obsessed with eating cake. And I remember the PA being like, Alex, we're ready for you in checks. And he was like, no, Alex isn't here right now. And they're like, if I get you some cake, will you come and do checks? And he went, okay, some funfetti would be good.
What?
I have stolen one thing. It's so lame, but I stole a packet of seeds from a garden shop once.
The shoplifting confession isn't the only thing she's volunteered on camera. She's also shared some wild details about her own conversations.
This Fashion Week moment of you and Blake Lively once went viral.
Yeah, look at us. Oh my god.
Do you remember what you were laughing about?
I think I was worried that she was flashing her vagina, so it might have been something to do with that. Zendaya doesn't look very happy, though, with our jokes.
Is Blake Lively your BFF?
She wishes.
But nothing beats the moment her husband John Krasinski did the most hilarious impression of Emily Wright to her face.
You know, there were so many, so you think, crikey, like, which one do we...
what fun is this? Oh, God.
Why are you mocking my accent?
Because it's fake. It's about time we end the charade.
It's not fake. I'm from London, England.
Charade. I'm from London, England.
You can be a real sometimes.
A real
Robert Downey Jr. tried to roast her. It very quickly blew up in his face.
You said, ignore Emily. She ate a bad clam last night at one Q&A. Ignore Emily. She's tripping on mushrooms at another. Go easy on Emily tonight. She's had a few margaritas.
Yeah.
Emily's peeking on a weed gummy right now. And ignore Emily, she's wearing a Z-pack of rash cream.
No.
Oh.
Listen, here's the thing. This is going to be such low-hanging fruit because I've lost my voice. I sound like I've been raving. I could be on a weed gummy for all we know.
How did you lose your voice?
Because I was screaming at you to take a Z-pack for your chlamydia that
To Disney World was always something I wanted to do because you have Epcot there. There's a lot of other fun things there in Orlando.
Sorry, keep going. I just blanked off.
All right, Emily, last question. How do you think this interview went?
I think it went really well. But next time, bore someone else with your questions.
Yeah, but I thought this was going well.
Just kidding.